this is usually a rehearsal space, so all these boxes will go away sooner or later.
And they're just filled with kalimbas.
Yeah.
So, Mark Holdaway.
My business is Kalimba Magic. It's, let's see. Well, this is a kalimba. And it's got the upper rows. Those are redundant notes, and these are in octaves. This is a traditional African note layout. So come back. This is usually the warehouse, and it's usually organized, but it's just I got all these kalimbas in, and I paint them in different ways than the standard, and so they come unpainted. All different kinds, you know, and that's organized. And then we even break it up even more than that. We'll have you know, these ones are plain, and this one has interesting wood in it. So some of the wood is really beautiful. It's an African hardwood called kiat, and it's a quite varied wood. The sapwood is blonde. And the heartwood is darker colored. It can be red, it can be black. Come on. Good last note. Here's the packing room. I have an air filter because I've got, you know, kalimbas sitting out, so I don't want them getting dusty. So after I paint them, I bring them in here. And you know, there's different colors. People can order different color painted tines. Over here are the books, and this is a tablature I invented. So it's a map of the kalimba, and you can see, you know, oh, I start at the bottom. Like, imagine it's Pac-Man and you're eating the notes. It's the Hugh Tracy kalimba, and Hugh Tracy went to Africa in 1920. When he was 17 years old. And so none of the white people in Rhodesia really cared at all about African culture. And it was invisible to them. And he decides to, you know, make friends with them, and he hangs out with them around the fire at night, and they're playing the imbira. That's not this one, but it's like it. Is that one in the big gourd that I showed you, and his mind is blown. He's like, what's going on here? You know, all the white people think that you guys don't have any culture, and this is, you know, this is as good as the best harpsichord music. He thought, and. I really love the wah-wah. It really is the same thing as a wah-wah. Basically, the box, the air in the box resonates at certain frequency range. And then when you cover it up, the geometry of the box different and the physics is different in different resonant frequencies, so that enhanced frequency range shifts to lower frequencies, which is exactly what wah-wah pedal does. 1,000-year-old African technology. Decided he was going to go out and explore all these instruments, and he got funding from Gustav Holst, and he bought some vehicle that would go out in the middle of nowhere and a generator and a half a mile worth of extension cord, and he'd set up the generator and a real good reel-to-reel tape recorder and some speakers, and he would go to these remote villages, and he'd say, I want you to play your music, and they would sing choral music. He said, no, not that music, your music.
Exactly.
And they would play, and he would record them, and then he'd play it back, and none of these people had ever heard their own music recorded, and their minds were just blown. And then he'd play tricks, and he'd say, this is the music that they recorded in the next village over. But you guys, I think you guys can do better. These are actually my favorite ones. So the rattles is an essential part of the African sound. It's kind of like the mist that obscures the top of a beautiful mountain. Or another way to think about it is it's the voices of the ancestral spirits chiming in with everything that happens on Earth. After 20 years of trying, I finally got into the Tucson Folk Festival songwriting contest.
With kalimba.
Yeah. And so this is, every morning I go for a walk and I play kalimba as I'm walking. I like 6/8 when I'm walking. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you need to get your heart rate going, you can. And then you get tired. And